Good afternoon. Welcome to jimmunley's World of Weather. You clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion for December 29th through January 12th. For January 29th, from December 29th to January 2nd, we're expecting a mild pattern across a large portion of the country. And we have this flow here. We have a trough here, and several pieces of energy will flow around the south side of the upper low. And a ridge will build into west, pushing the trough eastward as we go through time, and we'll get to that. And this will cause a storm to develop in the plains, and we'll get to that also. So we're going to go to the surface now, and we're going to go to the 29th. Here's our first system that's pushed through the east. Over the weekend, you can see where the snow line is, where it's cold enough for snow, is way to the west and to the north. See, way to the north. So it'll be a mild period. It might be, could be record breaking in some parts. But then we'll have some heavy rain and so forth. So in addition, we have this atmospheric river event that's going on here, and this will bring some rain and heavy snows to the northern half of the Rockies as we go through time. We'll go through here. You can see it, right? And conditions will diminish later in the week. And the system will develop in the southern plains. You can see it right here. And this will cause rain that could be heavy at times for the Appalachians to the East Coast early next week. So we'll go through most. So still we're in the mild pattern here. And you can see it brings rain like Monday and Tuesday, and then it lifts out. Freezing rain could be possible across New England. The next system will move into the northern and central plains. You can see it here. Let's see. Around here. And this will bring precipitation, spreading precipitation, rain, snow. And this will gradually reach the eastern states later in the week, and we'll go through that too. And here, then the GFS shows a little bit of a coastal system developing. That remains weak. A lot of systems are remaining weak. And then we have a large high pressure system moving in. But it'll turn colder here at first. Temperatures will be mild, and then they'll moderate closer to normal or below normal as we go through the period. Okay, we're going to look at the forecast now for January 3rd to the 7th. And now we have our ridge in the west, troughing here in the east. We have large positive height anomalies here across Canada and the Arctic. And if you want cold air in the east, this is where you want ridging occurring across this region here, what they call Greenland blocking. All right, this results in a trough here across the eastern states. So for this forecast period, I am calling for above normal temperatures here, and anomalies could be near 4 degrees or more. I think it could be a little higher here across this area here. Below normal temperatures for this region with the anomalies of 4 to 6 degrees below normal. For precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation here. And for this region, probability of occurrence is near 35%. Now we're going to look at the period for January 8th to the 12th. Now the pattern remains pretty much in place. We have troughing here across much of North America, according to GFS. The ensembles keeps trough here in the east, ridging across this area here. And we look at the various models. This is similar to the GFS, the European and the GFS in agreement. And then also the ensembles are depicting the same thing, ridging across here, troughing across this area. So for this forecast period, for now, I'm going to keep it the same, little change in temperature anomalies. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation here. And for this region, this might be removed tomorrow or next week because I think it's trending wetter. But for now, I'm keeping it like that. Probability of occurrence 35 to 40%. And we have above normal precipitation here. Probability of occurrence near 35%. I was thinking about expanding this further north, but I'm keeping this at on the side. Now we're going to talk about the polar vortex. And what we have here, I want to go to the in the teleconnection. Okay. We're going to look at the AO. The AO pattern is positive and is forecast to trend negative during the next couple of weeks here, and this will result in troughing negative height anomalies across Alaska and Western Canada and the Western states, supporting the ridge trough configuration that we have right now. And then height anomalies across Canada and Eastern positive height anomalies across the Eastern states, which we're getting the warmth. Now, there's also called Canadian warming. We had cold weather. Now Canada is warming up a little bit, relatively, and now it'll change again, and that'll influence the polar vortex. So let me see. I have my notes here. And with this pattern, we have above normal temperatures across Canada and the upper Midwest, and below normal temperatures across Alaska. And then when we get to the change, we will have below normal temperatures across Alaska. It's predicted to flow out of Canada and into Western Canada, eventually into the Northwest and Eastern states, with normal to above normal temperatures across Eastern Canada and the Southwestern U.S. Now, the polar vortex continues to go through its stretching motions. No, it's not separating, but it's happening fairly fast, where it goes circular, where it's a strong polar vortex causing strong westerly winds that don't allow the cold air to come in. But when it gets stretched, right, like what it's been doing, it weakens the winds and also weakens the polar vortex, which allows the colder air to come south. Remember, cold air is heavy. It has to sink south somewhere. Lately, it's been in the west. It was here in the east. So the pattern is going to flip, as we put it. And I'm going to show you here an image of the polar vortex. Let's see. Where's my polar vortex? Okay, maybe maybe I closed it because I was looking at it before. Okay. I have it on my desktop. Okay, here it is. So this is what's going to show where it relaxes and it gets warmer, then it gets colder again as this trough moves in. Now, I had something else. Let me see. Okay, this is what I want. This is a 3D image of the polar vortex. Now we're going to go to 36 hours, and you can start seeing, we'll go back. See how it's like tightening up a little bit, and then we'll go to 24 hours, and then it stretches. See? But it's on the other side of the pole, most of it. See, it stretches to the other side of the pole. This is according to the GFS. Now I start seeing it coming back to the other side. See how it's starting to stretch a little bit? and this allows the cold air to come southward. So, a strong polar vortex, a high latitude blocking on the upcoming weather pattern, which we're going to be having now. But the high latitude blocking is coming back now, which I showed you on the maps. And this might be getting more control of our weather as we go into January. So, so far this winter, the polar vortex stretching and then relaxing over again and over again and over again. So this is predicted to continue after an intermission of Canadian warming that we're having, or a polar vortex is ready for something new for the new year. And this is, like we talked about the Canadian warming, this will be occupied by ridiculous mild end of December, which we're going to get the warmer temperatures, 50s with rain. And then we'll transition yet another stretch polar vortex, which I showed you in early February, to return to colder weather. And all that transition can is seen as the latest polar vortex animation that I just showed you here. So that's it for now. That's the long-range weather forecast discussion for December 29th through January 12th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.